So welcome to the Property Project Podcast. You're here with your main man, Shaun.
And your go-to girl, Cindy.
You're always watching me for like a cue, innit?
Yeah, I am. But we're here.
But yeah, man. So what are we talking about today?
You always ask me. So today we're talking about, funny stories, light stories about our first kind of contact with landlords and making calls and making connections with landlords. Because
we've had a lot of people that, you know, they ask us, how do you find deals, or how, you know, I've been nervous like when speaking
how do you
to
overcome
landlords,
the
how do you overcome it, and that it's just like, oh no, I feel
you just fail again, and then at one point you'll succeed. That's it. There's no method.
Some of them failures though, I don't know, man. Some of them failures, they
you've had quite a few.
Yeah, I've had a few.
You get, for some reason you get a lot of the rude people.
Yeah,
and I think it's because you're a guy.
I honestly think,
and you cannot chat
regardless
to me
of how soft I try and make my voice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they just think I'm up to no good.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's the stigma of like, all right, yeah, when you're doing service accommodation, or people just know it as rent to rent or just Airbnb.
Yeah.
Straight away, it's like, yeah, you're doing something illegal and you want me to be a part of it. No, I'm asking if you want to make steady money every month. But I've had some howlers. Like, remember one time when we travelled up to Blackpool and we was calling estate agents or letting agents, and I was just like, it took me a good while to like prep myself, because I was like, what do I say?
It was like there for this.
Yeah, because we'd woken up in the morning. So remember we got up to we was having breakfast, and
I remember.
I called, and then it's like, I think all they said was
they asked you just a basic question.
Yeah, they even just introduced the name of the agents.
Yeah.
Good morning, and I just froze. And I was like, I just hung up.
I hear it.
I just hung up.
Sometimes it's needed.
I said, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do.
Sometimes it's needed.
I just hung up, and I just said, you know what? I don't even think I called back. I just moved on to the next one.
I hear it.
Sometimes
it's needed. I feel like, why put yourself in this trauma? Just hang up.
Yeah.
And then call back again on a different number. They will never know.
They will never know.
They're never going to know.
Because you didn't say anything.
I didn't even breathe.
Could have been a cat.
Literally.
Could have been a cat.
Literally.
But yeah, man, I've had that. I've had someone, I called the landlord on Gumtree.
That one was rude. I remember that one as well.
Yeah, they've got landlord on Gumtree, and they just told me to
that was via message though, wasn't it? Were you messaging?
No, I've had one via message as well. Okay. One, I was on my way to the gym, and I thought I saw this decent looking property, and it's on Gumtree. They always say that the most motivated landlords are on Gumtree. So I thought, let me give them a call, and they was like, "What makes you think that I want to give my property to you?" And I was thinking, I haven't really told you exactly what I do. Yes, I am a company. All I said was that I'm a company. Yeah, they just started going in, telling me that you and your type of people, and
not the type.
Yeah, you know, your type of people. I can tell that he's probably been bombarded with company calls.
And that's the issue though. I was speaking to another, one of the companies that we know.
Yeah.
And she was saying that her property, she's put it online.
Yeah.
Last year to this year.
Yeah.
Is hugely different. Before she got mainly 90% tenants, and then 10% was companies reaching out. Now it's been 90% companies and she's like, literally her response has been like, what makes you think I want to give my property to you? But she does rent to rent, so she knows.
Yeah.
But she's like, what makes you think? But it's funny to be on the other side. Like, even though she's the same person who'd call a landlord and be like, I want to rent your property.
Yeah.
She's thinking, how dare you? Because it's the volume. It's not even you as a person. You might just be the 100th person. And now because you're the 100th, you get the backlash.
You're the straw that broke their camel's back.
Yeah, basically. So it's not even supposed to be personal, but it does feel personal when a landlord comes for you. It's just a complete teardown.
Yeah.
I've not had a landlord, but I've had an investor that we worked with.
Okay, yeah. Do I know this?
Yeah, he wasn't the land deal, the commercial deal.
Oh.
So what we'd done at the start of our journey, a lot of property trainers had encouraged that if you're looking for HMO deals, to kind of send letters to HMOs that are already existing, and landlords will get back to you. And that actually really worked. We had quite a few people, not the right deals for us at the time, but when you want to get your first deal done, especially as a deal sourcer, because we didn't know what we wanted to do. We were like, rent to SA, do we do deal sourcing? It was like, yeah. So at the time, we made a connection with somebody who we'd sent a letter to, who owned a HMO, and he contacted us. And he's like, listen, I'm not ready to give these properties, but I am looking for a commercial deal. Would you be able to source that? obviously the training that we were on, which is why you shouldn't just take training as Bible, and you should ask the trainer, have they actually done this method in the last 9 months?
Yeah.
Because it would help you figure out whether or not it's still relevant.
Yeah.
I went and followed the training word for word, bar for bar, and they said to me that I should go and tell the person they need to pay up front.
Yeah.
Thinking about it now, would I ever walk into a shop and pay for something I've not seen?
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
Yeah.
Like, if you've not shown me reviews...
From a shop that you've never been in.
Exactly. I don't know. It's brand new, and they're telling me 50% off these new items, and I'm like, why is it 50? I'm not going to go in and just buy 50 because it's 50% off. I want to know, like, what is your actual stock? How did you get it 50% off? But yeah, I guess his thing was kind of like, I went there and I was like, okay, cool, I found a deal.
Do you know why I'm laughing? Because I'm just thinking to myself, like, at one point, we was thinking, do you know what? Because we were selling it for 5k in it.
Yeah.
And because obviously the magnitude of the deal.
Yeah.
And we was like, we're going to make 5k because this guy seemed serious, and we'd done our research on him, or as much research as we could have.
Yeah.
And we was like, all right, cool. He was serious.
He had property.
So we was like,
so
cool. He says he's interested. We found something that's right in his requirements.
Us his criteria. We co-sourced with someone else. We're like, this is going to work.
Yeah.
And then I said to him, okay, cool. We've got this amazing deal. We're kind of ready to proceed. Hand me over the money. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't say it like that, but basically, I was saying to him, it's time to put the money down.
Yeah.
And so he started to question me. He was like, but hold on, I've met you through a letter.
Yeah.
And you now want me to put 5k down with you. What
do
you think this
is?
Nah,
he tore us.
As in, I was begging for forgiveness after. And then I realised, who does this guy think he is? And then I had to switch up and be like, who are you actually talking to? Do you know who I am?
No.
Right now, at that point, I knew nothing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was so funny because I was actually begging him for forgiveness. Because I was like, I am so sorry.
That's not
Will
what I
you
meant.
work with me? I didn't mean this. I think he even blocked me.
Yeah, he blocked you.
He blocked me.
Question though.
Yeah.
Do you think if we called him now, that we're in a different space?
I wouldn't call him now because of how he treated us, knowing that we were new, because it was very clear we were a new company.
Yeah.
And instead of him to school us, and that's the thing, not everyone is nice in property because not everyone wants to teach you. That's why not everyone does mentorships, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to give back. And that's fine. Do you?
Have yours.
I'm going to do me. Like, it's fine. But I think I would never go back to him because of the way he treated us as a new company. He doesn't owe us anything. But for my own boundaries, I've met so many new people who've made mistakes.
Yeah.
But I would never in a million years be like, basically, you're so dumb. Why the hell would you come and think you could do something like that and stand in my presence? He made me feel like...
one peasant, fam.
Dirty.
Yeah.
He basically was telling me to kiss his feet. And dummy me went and done it.
Yeah.
When you're lacking confidence at the beginning of your journey, you will do anything. And that's when they smell...
Trying to overcome that,
They smell desperation and they misuse that. So he smelt the desperation off me because I was like, bruh, I want to make this 5k. Like, what do you mean? But he completely annihilated me and was like... I barely got words in. I mean, it wasn't till the end where I realised, okay, he's not going to give in. And if you know me and how I manage disputes because of the way because of my work background... You know that how I would have responded to this guy to beg for forgiveness would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did not realize.
I'm sorry for the miscommunication and the inconvenience I caused you.
It was so long. And it was genuine because I didn't realize. And obviously the training that we'd went on told us to do it that way.
Yeah.
Ask for the money up front or they're not a serious person. But when you're working with a deal of that magnitude and also somebody who maybe he's clearly worked with deal sources because he knew that he was going to pay us, you know what I mean, for the deal. But what he couldn't understand and fathom was, why the hell would you ask me for something that I've not seen? But in the training I was told, before you even start working, before you even start getting a deal, you need to be taking that money. And
the thing is, there are certain circumstances that you can take money up front, but there's so many other factors that come into that. People you can't just do that with anyone that you met off Facebook or that you sent a letter to or just cold called. You know what I mean? No one's going to exchange
build the relationship
money.
First.
They're not even going to give you £10.
No, literally.
Because they don't trust you. They don't know you. Do you know what I mean?
And you telling me you're going to refund me the money. Come on, let's be real.
Let's be
real. Okay,
do you know
cool.
What I mean?
Yeah.
If I know you, then where you might just disappear.
Literally.
Thin air, like.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those ones where, again, if you're doing the training, you don't take it like, word for word. You take the training and adapt it to how you do things. Like, that's how you...
Yeah, now I've learned though.
Yeah.
But he fried me. Yeah. So that was terrible. I was miserable for weeks after that. Yeah, there was no coming back.
There was one I had where I called, again, another Gumtree property.
You and Gumtree,
Yeah,
bad experience.
No,
Why you don't go on there?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But because another Gumtree property, and this guy, and he was obviously clearly very clued up on rent to rent and everything like that. He was like, he ended up like, he owns his own estate agent, and he does it like in-house with his family and that. And he really just tried to fry me, like my guy tried to fry you. He tried to fry me.
He didn't try, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Well done.
Well done. It was well done.
But this guy tried to fry me at the beginning, because he was just like, why would I give my property to you? Do you know what I do? This is what I've achieved. I've built it from the ground up. And I just said, you know what? I was about to kind of step out of my professional mode.
Yeah.
And kind of think to myself, I almost took it personally. I was like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, all right, cool. This guy sounds like someone who just wants his ego stroked. Pause. I just thought to myself, all right, cool. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you that you're doing such a great job. And, you know, I just want to learn off you, and I just want to, you know, I can, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can go and find tenants for your properties and whatever. When I told him that, all of a sudden he's like, you
remember this one? Yeah,
his stance softened so much.
Yeah.
I just thought to myself, like, I was like, I've got him. I've got him. But then afterwards, because he had spoken to so many different people, and I had managed to get him on the phone for quite a long time, he said, you know, I'll be honest, like, I've never had a conversation with someone who's been doing this strategy, and I can tell from the way that you're speaking that you know what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? But then I thought that he was then trying to take the piss after.
Yeah.
Because then what he asked me to do, he kind of wanted to set me an assignment.
Yeah.
For me to then go and do, and then prove that I'm worthy enough to work with.
Yeah.
And what he wanted me to do was tenant find for his HMOs.
Yeah.
Which at first I was thinking, all right, cool, this sounds like an opportunity.
Yeah.
We're in January, and he wanted me to tenant find for people in July. For like the new students.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, all right, let me try and do it. But then I thought, hold on, is this guy gonna have me run around to do his work? Yeah. Just for him to be like, yeah, thanks, mate. I've got the tenants now.
Yeah,
I'll see
no
you later.
contracts in place.
Do you know what I mean?
No
Nothing.
pay, no nothing.
So I just left that one. I was just like, yeah, you know what? Cool, because there's gonna be other people, and I feel like that's where I've had to change, because it's like I have to learn not to take things personally, because when I'm speaking to you, you don't know me and you don't know what I do. You just heard my voice, and maybe I'm just the 100th person to call you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've just unfortunately got the brunt of how
else's
you've been
best.
feeling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, how would you say that you get over it though? Like, because
No, I've gotten much better now, but I used to take it very personally as well.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not my intention.
Yeah.
And it comes from, I've upset someone. But then you just realise that's a bit of a complex, because then you think everything's about you.
Yeah.
And actually it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's literally the fact that, like we've said,
Yeah.
you're the 100th call, and I told you time and time again, I don't want this.
Yeah.
So why have you called me again?
Yeah.
And
I'm
so that's
thinking
frustrating.
I'm thinking about even when the flat went up for rent. I wasn't getting calls from companies, but I was actually getting calls from estate agents telling me.
Oh yes, I remember you saying.
Basically saying that they do rent to rent.
Yeah.
But then that's why I was thinking, even the same estate agent that called me to say that, yeah, we do rent to rent, I can give you guaranteed rent. When I called them from our perspective of like obviously trying to get a property for rent to rent, they was like, no, we don't do that. So, and I said to them, I wasn't even like big headed, but I was like, do you know who I am? I said, do you know who I am? Yeah. I said, I've got a property with you guys already. And when you guys initially wanted to speak to me about it, you asked me the same thing that I'm asking you. So what is the difference?
Yeah.
And then the guy couldn't answer. So then, because he realised that, okay, we actually do have a property with him, he changed up his stance. He actually gave me the time of day. But I was just thinking to myself, you know how cheeky that is?
Yeah.
For you to then be asking for something, but then when someone asks you want to shut them down or make them seem like they're stupid for asking.
Talking about that, actually, people think the worst one is landlords, but for me,
it's
estate agents. I could go to war with estate agents, because I actually feel like you're customer based.
Yeah.
And so as a landlord who's put their property on open rent, you actually owe nobody nothing. Like,
it's your
we're not
property.
going there for customer service. I'm going there because you have a property and I want it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's literally it. But when you're going to an estate agent, you're going there for the customer service. It's a service that you're receiving from them.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you don't like the method that we choose, and even if you've had 1,000 calls, you still need to remain professional. And for me, I've always had the difficulty. Remember, I wrote that long email to that woman. That was at the beginning. Now I don't waste time on that because it's actually just, it's no point. It's just emotional investment for no reason. But I sent her a long ass email like, do you not have respect? Like, what did I do to you to warrant that response from you? Like, what did I? And obviously her email was like, oh no, I don't know where you, whatever. No, you know. But yeah, I think for me, estate agents and their bluntness. I've had estate agents like hang up and then I've called back because I'm like, surely you didn't hang up.
Like, please, like, just confirm for me that you're...
And then I'll ask for the same person. All of a sudden, that person's out of the office.
Yeah.
Or remember that guy that I called, had an amazing conversation. He started off like, oh no, we don't do rent to rent because loads of our landlords have been bitten by it and had a bad experience.
Was it the block deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, when he ended up offering the block deal. So basically, I called an estate agent. He initially, for the first 15 minutes, was like, no, we don't do this. No, don't do that. Then all the kind of bad examples, sorry, I'm getting some message on my phone. All the bad examples, is it ring doorbell?
No, yeah, ring doorbell, yeah.
All the bad things that had happened, he kind of shared for 15 minutes and then I kind of gave him like a response to those things. And so he was like, okay, no, I can see who I'm dealing with here. Like, okay, I get it. And so he kind of rambled on and was saying, oh yeah, do you know what, this, that and the other, this has been our issues, but if you guys can kind of prove that is not going to be an issue with you through references and stuff, I'd actually be okay to ask.
Yeah.
Then without like no pressure, I was like, oh, that would be great. Even if the landlord doesn't do it, it's a really good connection for us to have. And we'd love to kind of check in with you from time to time, see if you have any properties, blah, 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 whatever. Before I came off the phone, he's then like, actually, I think I do have something for you. We have a block deal.
Yeah.
This block deal has been circulating to everyone and their...
everyone.
But anyway, at that point, I didn't know that. So he had said, oh, do you know what? I'd really love you to come and see a block deal. It won't be available till this date. But, you know, we've got a landlord who like does a lot of developments and he'd be happy for you guys to take it on. I can't actually remember where I was going with this. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
and then I caught... Okay, so then he ghosted me for like a long time. I don't know if you can call it ghosting.
Yeah.
He ghosted me and hadn't really provided me an update. I'd called the estate agent to kind of find out an update. Nothing was really happening. Then one day I call and this guy pretended like it wasn't him on the phone. And I said, wait, am I going crazy? I turned to you because luckily it was on loudspeaker. I was like, was he? And he was like, it was.
It was him.
And I was like, I thought it was... Okay, great. And then he later emails me like an hour, giving himself time. Yeah. Then emails me and was like, I'm so sorry.
Back in the office.
Yeah. I've just come back in the office. Because I originally called about another deal before he offered the block deal. Yeah. And he said, yeah, that unfortunately the landlord didn't agree with that one, but the block deal's still available. And once we're in the space where we're now advertising it, I can give you a call. But I just didn't respond because I was just like, bro, how can you answer the phone and pretend it's not you?
Yeah. Like, are you actually crazy?
Yeah, like I did this, but it's professionalism again. Because then if I challenge you and be like, I'm not coming off this phone until I know who I'm speaking to, and as I'm getting there, I'm walking to the estate agent to prove my point. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not professional. Yeah, but yeah,
like, I've even had a situation where I've like, someone's been so rude that I've been this close
to pulling up.
Actually, no. In fact, remember,
is it?
I'm not gonna say begins with H and it's in. Yeah. And they were so rude on the phone.
I remember that.
I was like, nah, I'm actually going to go in there so that they could try and do this to my face because there's no way. I know if I see you in person, you're not going to have the same energy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate the fact that sometimes you act like you're better than someone because I hate that.
You have something that they want.
You have something that they want.
Yeah.
And because you're in your fancy office and you're through the phone, you think you can just dish out disrespect to everyone. Yeah. And I hate stuff like that. Because even when it comes to like people driving cars, you know, when people give you so much vim. Yeah. Because you're protected by the four doors that are on your car. But then if we was walking,
you can drive off at.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But if we was walking on the side of the road, you wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So have that same energy. Like even if you do something and you do it with chest, I don't care. Yeah. But just do it properly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Whatever.
Carry the energy throughout, regardless of what situation.
Start as you mean to go on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, that was funny when you went in there, and they changed their whole attitude.
They changed their whole attitude.
They changed their whole attitude.
Yeah, changed their whole attitude.
That's the thing with estate agents, though. That is the thing. I feel like you meet some amazing ones, and I'm not even sure about. Thank you for showing me.
I'll throw you off.
I'm not even sure about. It's not even about. Sorry. the fact that they give you the deals. I've met some really lovely estate agents who are like, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't do that. We've had a huge demand and loads of people calling, but I just have to keep telling everyone we don't do it because our management don't allow it. That's a really lovely person. Great communication. I'm never going to bother you again because now I know you don't do that.
Yeah.
Or if I do, it won't be till like a year on and things could have possibly changed. But the ones where it's like, hello? No, first of all, they're nice.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, thank you. And then you explain what you're doing.
Company
like, no, sorry, we don't do that. Bye.
But yeah.
And one woman did that like so quick that she almost cut me off, and I continued the conversation because I was like, surely you're not going to put the phone down. So now I'm going to have you here until we both respectfully end the call. Because you're not just going to are you crazy? You're not just going to put the phone down. But yeah, I feel like loads of people go through these kind of experiences when they first start off, and you're going to continue to get these experiences. But the idea is to keep getting the no's, because as soon as you get the no's, there is a yes coming very, very close.
Yeah.
Try not to take it personal. Something that we learned, but we also know we're human, and those kind of things do happen.
Yeah.
But also, take a break. If you're getting loads of no's and that's getting you frustrated and it's making you uneasy, or making you feel a little bit
like demotivated and everything.
Yeah, then
just take a break, but don't take a break because
take 2 days off and go back.
Yeah. Take a break with the intention that you are going to get back on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
hopefully that's been
inspirational.
Something like that.
Listen, it happens to everyone. It happens to all of us.
And don't be nervous. You're literally the same as they are. You're an equal to them, whoever you're calling. But just keep in mind that when you're calling landlords, to not take it personally when they respond to you a certain way, because you're probably the 100th time they've had that call, and they're probably just annoyed.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you're responding to them professionally and not like how Shaun and I were at the start. But
ready to go to war.
Yeah.
But
that's us for this episode.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoyed it, and until next time.
Until we catch you again. Peace.